Danny and this is my channel Pocket or Two. For those who've been following me for a while, welcome back, and if anyone is new here, welcome to my channel. So I thought that I would pop on to Friday Sews this week to talk about what I made for my trip to New York. I think that the last time that I spoke to you, I had started some sewing for my holiday and I had ambitious plans, and actually I managed to complete everything. I was on leave, so I did have time just to kind of sew full time, which was actually fabulous. And today is my last day of leave before I start back next week and things get a little bit more hectic. So I wanted to film this so that I had time to show you what I made. Now I'm not going to show you things here in person. I'm going to insert photographs when I talk about them of the things that I did manage to capture while I was away. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at my notes. So I think I'd started the Frankie Trousers, or was about to start the Frankie Trousers sew along with Andrea from the Pink Door. I bought one of her kits and it included everything that you needed. I think I showed it on my last video, and the sew along was super helpful. I've got a few things to say about the Frankie Trousers. I made, I think it's the smallest size, and I have had to do quite a bit of adjusting to the waistband to get it to fit. So I think the smallest size is a 26-inch waist, but the trousers sit lower than the waistline. They're a low slung trouser, so I had to do quite a bit of adjustment for my sway back. Even though they have a curved waistband, I had to take quite a few inches off and curve more. And then after I made that first pair out of the navy blue linen, which I really like, once you wear them, they, like any trousers, so you know, they kind of get baggier. So I decided that I was going to take another inch out of the waistband, which I did for my next pair, which I made from a Mind the Maker cotton linen twill, I think that's right, from Minerva, which is beautiful to touch. The only thing is it does click a little bit, like you can get little snags in it, so you've got to be careful when you're wearing it. But I made another pair, and those are the pair that I actually took to New York with me, because when I got everything out and planned my holiday wardrobe, I realised that I'd probably sewn a little bit too much. So I left the navy ones at home knowing that they grew as I wore them, and I took the olive green Mind the Maker pair, and I'll insert a photo here of those. So yeah, I've made two pairs of Frankie Trousers. I don't think they'll be my last. They're really comfortable, lovely make. The pockets are a little bit small. I'm wondering if there's a way that I can make them a bit deeper. I probably can, with a bit of tweaking, just so you can fit a you know, kind of a full size mobile phone in them. So we'll see. I also made some pyjamas that I don't have a photograph of, out of the strawberry fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. Again, I showed in one of my recent videos, and I just made a shorts and shirt from the quick sew pattern. So I made those. I made a number of t-shirts from the jerseys that I showed from Beyond the Pink Door, including this one. So this is the Grainline Lark Tee, with the scoop neck and the cap sleeve, I think. And I made two in the striped, so navy stripe and red stripe, one in this, and then I made the black stripe with the 3/4 length sleeves, which will be a nice transitional t-shirt going into autumn as well. So I love this pattern. This fabric's so amazing. I don't know if you can see, but it's got little faces in the flowers, so I had to have this. For those wondering, my necklace is from Chatty as well. If you've followed me for a while on Instagram, you will know that I'm a big Chatty collector. The other things that I made, were, oh, I made a pair of Winslow Culottes. I don't know if I've spoken about this on my channel before, but I've really struggled with the Winslow Culottes. I managed to kind of have 2 sewing fails with them, and I made the elastic back hack, if I can say that, so elastic waistband hack, where it was a flat waistband in the front and I made the elastic adjustment, and because of the ratio between my hips and my waist, it's something like 10-inch difference, 10-inch difference. It just kind of doesn't work, and I think someone said in the comments or maybe on Instagram to me, why don't you try the original zipped version, which is exactly what I did. And lo and behold, it was a success. So I made them out of the blue and white polka dot fabric from Rainbow Fabrics that I showed in a previous vlog. I don't have a photograph of those because I didn't wear them on holiday, because I made them to fit my waist before I'd spent the week eating lots of nice food in New York. They still fit, but they felt a little bit snug being high waist, so I didn't wear them out and about in New York, so I still need to photograph those. So unfortunately there will be a photo coming on Instagram at some point of those, but they're a really lovely fit now. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with high-waist trousers. I was always a teenager with the low-slung, you know, 90s skate look, so I lived in like really low-rise jeans for a long time and trousers, and I'm only just kind of starting to wear things that are higher rise. So I think that's where the kind of discomfort comes from those, from wearing the Winslows on holiday, but they will get worn. I really love the wideness of the trousers, and I think they'll become quite a staple, particularly in autumn when it gets a bit colder. I've managed to get it so that they're not touching the floor, but they still have the aesthetic that I want of a wide leg trouser as well. So there'll probably be more of those to come. Well, actually there definitely will be more Winslow Culottes to come, because I did get a cheeky leopard print fabric from Rainbow Fabrics before I went away with the Winslows in mind. Let me just grab them. Yeah, I got this to make another pair because I think these will be really nice for autumn. And although this isn't my colour next to my face, on bottoms it'll work really nicely. So that's that. Also, I'm wearing my Saguaro trousers that I made out of the navy double gauze. I can't remember, I'd made the Saguaro top last time I spoke to you, and I'd found that the neckline was too high to wear it reversed, so I took some length out of the pattern, not some length, some, you know, chunk off the neckline, and made it lower, and made the navy double gauze version, and that felt a little bit better. I could probably still take another centimetre or so out of that. So and that's up on my Instagram. I'll put a photo here. I didn't take the top with me, but I took the trousers with me to New York, and I wore them for the flights, and I'm wearing them now, and they are the most comfortable trousers I've ever worn. Really for flying, for kind of 6-7 hour flight, they're just perfect for travelling, and they don't look too bad for then getting on the metro and going across New York either. They're like secret pyjamas, I guess. So I'll definitely be making more Saguaro trousers. The other thing that I made is I made a pair of Saguaro shorts, and I made them out of a striped linen that I had again from Rainbow Fabrics. I do buy fabrics from other places, but Rainbow Fabrics tempt me in with their drops recently. So this was a linen that I got last year, I think, and I decided to make the Saguaro shorts because I made a Lucienne shirt. I am Lucienne, so from I Am Patterns. They have a hack on their website of a cuff sleeve, like a short sleeve version. So for those of you who don't know the pattern, and I'll put a photo in here, it's like a grown on sleeve, and then you add just a rectangle piece for the longer length. And so they just added a cuff pattern that you can download just to put on the sleeve, so it's a really quick make. The Lucienne doesn't have a collar stand either, so it's a really quick shirt pattern. I've made quite a lot, so this is the first time I've done the short sleeve version. So I made a pair of shorts to match that, so that I had a co-ord. I love the co-ord trend, I really love it. So again, and I did wear these in New York. Even though they look like pyjamas, I'm not bothered. It's kind of my style. So I made those as well. The final thing that's on my list that I made was the Sister Mintaka fabric. I don't know if I had that on the last vlog. The absolutely stunning viscose linen. It's quite a nice weight as well. It's almost mid-weight, but it's got the drape to it. And I made another Ensemble Patterns Perkins shirt without the tie this time, without the split collar, just the standard collar in the cropped version. Oh, and it's going to be one of my favourite shirts to wear. I wore it a couple of times in New York on a couple of days, and it's going to be a firm favourite in my wardrobe. So those are the things that I made for New York. Those of you who are new to my channel might not know I'm an art historian, so we spent the week going around the galleries and museums. New York has one of the best modern art collections in the world, I think. So, and this was my first time going there, so it was great to kind of go and see things that I've been wanting to see for around 20 years. We walked pretty much everywhere in the city apart from to and from the airport, and when we went to Brooklyn, even when we went to Brooklyn, we got the metro back and walked across the Brooklyn Bridge into Manhattan. Central Park was amazing. There's just so many highlights, and I did go to Mood Fabrics to have a look, but I was so tired and overwhelmed, and I've heard a lot of people say this before. I didn't really go there to buy, I went there to look at things because I didn't have anything specific in mind, and I think you need to go there with a plan. I wore some of my other me-mades as well when I was in New York, so there were things that I already had in my wardrobe. So my Reeta shirt dress in the mid-century design from that I got from Sister Mintaka, I think that's a viscose. I wore that, and I'm actually in the middle of making for the first time the I Am Marty in what I had left over from that fabric, and I'm making it with the double collar, which I'm really excited about because I just love the idea of a shirt with a double collar. It's almost finished. I'm just making the sleeveless version, so when I finish this I need to make some bias binding and then I can bind the sleeves. So I think that's about everything for now. I'm moving into my autumn wardrobe plans. One of the things that I'm going to make this year is the Vicky Sews, and I can't remember the name of the pattern. I'll add it in. It's a full length puffer jacket. So I've got one, a ready to wear one that I've worn for the last few years, and I wear all the time, always get compliments on it, and it's getting really grubby now. I've washed it, the stuffing's starting to go. I've washed it a few times, the stuffing's starting to go inside, so I wanted to make my own. So I'm just thinking about fabric choices for that. I don't know whether to go for a plain or get some more of the Keith Haring print dead stock from Fabric Godmother. It's navy with white, so I'm thinking maybe that would work. It's going to be showstopper of a coat, I'm sure of it, so I don't think I can shy away from the fact that I'm making a giant sleeping bag coat. But I'm really looking forward to getting started on that, but I've just got a few things I want to sew first, and I need to decide what fabric to get for that. Okay, so I hope you're all doing well, whatever you've been up to, and hopefully I will be on here in the not too distant future. So take care everyone, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!